If you can hear these visions, then take a long, hard listen through the walls of this prison.
I'ma show the world something.
In case you haven't seen the signs, they'd rather I not give you peace in the mind.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
And that made me a threat. They wage war and that made me a vet.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
Lighters up, heads high, your battle scars and the stars in line. Let's make this clear. We don't know why the fuck we here, where we end up when it's done, or why it's something to fear. How it started, who made the call, we know nothing at all. Just instincts holding on when you sleep and you fall. The ability to share love, the humility to share blood. We have a will to help us change us. We have a reason, our belief in what we can't touch, what we can do to make it useful and enhance us. That's all I got for answers. If you and I were to unite, we cure the fucking cancer. Slay the beast, reign supreme, build a future faster. Pass up every bastard that been looking past us. Hands up, hand us back the culture. We could patch up the holes dug up by the vultures. We can handle the havoc in hell when it's unholstered. Slug to the shell, back in the pistol before it's over. If you can hear these visions, then take a long, hard listen through the walls of this prison. In case you haven't seen the signs, they'd rather I not give you peace in the mind.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
And that made me a threat. They wage war and that made me a vet.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
Lighters up, heads high, your battle scars and the stars in line. Young Thundercat wanna rap, spit that flow. As long as the gap blow, he can get that dough. He thinking it's all he knows, cause it's all he's told. He has yet to get a taste of what he don't know. What it's like to be alone when your family is gone, cause you putting them all in danger, bringing bullshit home. When your bitch has enough of your shit and she hit the bricks, and your brother from another trying to slip her the dick. When the walls get thick behind bars and brick, cause you stood in front of a judge and watched someone you love. Detailed in the script, telling all of your shit. You realize you're getting buried in the hole that you dug. Most times, things are nothing like you imagine. We tend to see the romantic and never question the damage we cause with these flaws. I'm asking for answers and you just grasping at these straws. If you can hear these visions, then take a long, hard listen through the walls of this prison. In case you haven't seen the signs, they'd rather I not give you peace in the mind.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
And that made me a threat. They wage war and that made me a vet.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
Lighters up, heads high, your battle scars and the stars in line. Change something, show the whole world you can make something, create something. We got nothing to take nothing. You stay frontin', you walk in the stage and say nothing. Say something, you standing over the grave dumping dirt on your own, the shovel, the chrome, the same function. The powder to charge the bullet right through your brain function. The future's the past, the system is crashed. There's a virus in your iris, third eye made of glass. Learn to feel, differentiate the false from the real. Religion from human spirit, you survive through your will. Family first, nurture your own. They gon' pass the knowledge on the generations long after you gone. Question it all, think for yourself. Accept your mistakes. When you fail, never forget how it felt. Teach someone something instead of bitching about the cards you was dealt. Only then will your presence be felt. If you can hear these visions, then take a long, hard listen through the walls of this prison. In case you haven't seen the signs, they'd rather I not give you peace in the mind.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
And that made me a threat. They wage war and that made me a vet.
Cause I'm here to show the world something.
Lighters up, heads high, your battle scars and the stars in line.
Alright, 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 alright,
Is that you won, you push yourself to your purpose, you persevere through the slums. Maneuver smooth through the hustle, you careful making your runs. Everyone packing pistols, stay safely behind your gun. Make sure you got your own back, them busters run. Don't end up doing long time, cause busters sung. Looks like loyalty's a thing of the past. And these gangster flicks and rap vids got y'all gas. So when the lead start flying, my guess is that's your ass. Death will let no man pass. My circle is small and for the living, the strong and unforgiving. No nonsense, the driven, each one obsessed with winning. Settle for less is bullshit, I want it all. Take yours, cut it all up and give to the poor. Sit back, watch the fireworks and witness the war. At the day's end, I want more.
At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. Till the crowd show up, when the cloud come down, put it right back up and fly. Put the cloud back up and fly. Put it right back up and fly.
I ain't for the drama, you ain't got no beef, and I ain't got no time, cause I don't get no sleep, and I don't need help, only I can do me, and I'ma be fine, cause I wasn't born weak, see the world ain't mine, cause I wasn't born meek, but I walk this planet for the things that I seek, I suffer in the gutter, push my being to the brink, create what wasn't there, bring life to what I think, blow my cloud in the air, keep my consciousness in sync, my instincts well aware, prepared to throw the kitchen sink, keep fighting till it's finished, till the whole shit sink, till I hit rock bottom, bounce back and reach peak, back in my proper placement, ready for shit I'm facing, still feeling alive, cause my heart's still racing, my mind still moving towards the peace I'm chasing, tomorrow's not promised, so motherfuck patience.
At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. Till the crowd show up, when the cloud come down, put it right back up and fly. Put the cloud back up and fly. Put it right back up and fly.
The blunts I roll lift the cloud off my soul and help me understand exactly where I'm supposed to go. Help me make a stand, know what I'm supposed to know. See through the facade, try to let my anger go. Life goes on, another show, another town, some other clowns, some other hoes. But the only thing that matters waiting on me back at home. Legacy building in the midst of menacing villains, murdering children like the killings becoming thrilling. The rush of bloodlust, women, babies, civilians. Land gon' become Sam's water graves that they filling. Bodies in the lake of the shake on the sidewalk. Yellow crime tape, nothing fake, no outline chalk. Just a kid meeting his fate, knowing his time gone. Bleeding out, hearing the screams of his crying grandma. Dying inside cause she know that her grandchild gone. So there's nothing left to say.
At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. Till the crowd show up, when the cloud come down, put it right back up and fly. Put the cloud back up and fly. Put it right back up and fly.
Salutes. Welcome. We are back. Sha'il Reacts. I am your host, Sha'il, and we are in the building. Give me 1 sec. I'm having a problem with my stream deck. Right. What's the issue here? Give me 1 sec. Salutes to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. Right. Appreciate Vernon Himes on the light policing out there. It's pretty funny. Appreciate y'all. Give me 1 sec because I'm definitely not going to shut the stream down to turn on this stream deck. So let me take a look real quick. Boom. Let's see, Val. What's the problem? Waiting for OBS. So, Lucy, I appreciate y'all being here. We got a couple of updates today to get through. We're going to jump right into those as soon as I check out this technical issue with my stream deck. We're going to jump right into the Aguasvivas press conference. There's somebody that was in the comments. One of the first comments after the last update of the Aguasvivas joint, and they nailed it with their comment. I'll explain that in a minute. All right, this doesn't seem to be working today, so I'm gonna go on with my business and not worry about it. All right, not gonna worry about it. All right, here we go. So it's gonna take. There might be some messing up on my end because I don't have a stream deck. Stream deck is the little pad with the buttons that I'm able to just switch from configuration to configuration. So I'll be on my own today. We're gonna wait till there's more people in the house before I get into the housekeeping. We're gonna get straight into business right now. Here we go. We got the update on the. Captain Aguasvivas case from Seminole County. Here we go.
Kidnapping and murder case of Catherine Aguasvivas. And I think that what has been incredibly important for us throughout this investigation is to be open and transparent and share as much information as we possibly can because of the frightening circumstances of this particular case and being captured on video by this Seminole County citizen who we're incredibly grateful for.
Do not forget that their audio at the Seminole County Sheriff's Office is mono. I have to change that on the edit and make that stereo. That was the problem we had last time, which is why the audio didn't even show up on the video. So if you're hearing that on one side, it's their audio over there. It should be their audio over there. We in stereo over here.
As a recap,
think about that. He said thank you to the person that that filmed, that thing. Imagine that, the huge lack of evidence that would have been there is the fact that they were able to match the clothing that he was wearing in the Facebook picture to the clothing he was wearing in the video. That would never happen had them people not pulled out their phone when they did. You know what I'm saying? And the case probably wouldn't be as strong as it is if not for that videotape. Definitely not.
In the early stages of this investigation, I think that I had made a nexus potentially between an Orange County murder investigation. I think that we talked about the kidnapping which clearly occurred here in Seminole County. We knew that the perpetrators and suspects of this crime traveled through Orange County, that the murder of Catherine largely and likely occurred in Osceola County. And just in that scenario alone, we're talking about two different jurisdictions, three different jurisdictions in two different circuits. You have the Ninth Circuit that covers the state for Orange and Osceola counties.
And I will be skipping through this press conference. I've heard some of it, and it's a lot of not much for the updates until the reporters ask the questions, but it's just a lot of information. They're just throwing information. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with the case. You'll see. It's like a movie. I was catching it while it was live. I was in and out while I was setting up the stream.
You have the 18th Judicial Circuit, our great partners.
This press conference just ended about, 30, 40 minutes ago.
Our state attorney that covers Brevard in Seminole County. And then throughout this investigation, the collaboration and partnership with our federal partners has been crucial to our timely delivery of results and making sure that these dangerous people are apprehended. That's the DEA, the FBI, HSI, U.S. Marshals, ATF, U.S. Postal. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Everybody was in on this one.
To recap the charges, we're really largely right now talking about four individuals. First, Giovanni. Giovanni got introduced to us as likely the last person that our victim spoke to. We knew that we got a faces comparison through the Pinellas County faces. And then we, the sheriff's office and our state attorney's office, executed a search warrant not related to this particular carjacking murder on a house that Giovanni and his girlfriend Soto lived in.
Talk about timing. Timing or these sheriffs whipped that shit together quick. Because all of that started happening, like, as soon as they, they had already been watching them, I'm sure, watching Giovanni and Monique Sabel. I'm sure they had been watching them before that, because it was quick for them to find out from Catherine's brother, hey, man, this was the last guy that he faced that FaceTimed her, right? Him telling the police that, and then them, boom, getting surveillance on dude and getting a warrant. They were on top of dude already. Everything felt like dominoes.
Coincidentally, when we were executing the search warrant, the federal organization of HSI arrested Soto for accepting delivery of 3 kilos of cocaine down in Osceola County. That is a federal investigation.
Stranger than fiction, boy.
Giovanni, his crime and his alleged activity are state attorney's office and the sheriff's office. Those are our cases here. So the trafficking fentanyl, the stolen merchandise, the drugs, the gun that was found at the house, that is state. We talked about the 2 others, Jordan or Jordanish and Kivo. We said that Jordan was the person that was holding the gun that was at that scene, and then Kivo, through various records and sources, was connected as a person who was connected to a car that picked up a couple of the people that were driving the green Acura, and then ultimately records put him at the scene of the carjacking. The last news conference
who was
I
the
had
other person?
That was going to be worked federally. So Jordan.
Still, who's the other person in the green Acura? We ain't heard that one yet.
And Kivo and Soto are all under the federal umbrella. I think that any person who's watched this know that.
You guys see what's happening here, right? He's folding it up and putting a little bow on it so that he can hand it over, because it is no longer his investigation. Or Orange counties or Osceola counties or none of them. All right, shout out Zoraida on the check-in. Appreciate you being here. Salutes to you. Salutes Rilo. Salutes Werner Hine for being first. Salutes Oso in the building. I appreciate y'all. We jump right into it today. When there's more people in the house, we'll get through the housekeeping. Salutes to y'all.
That this is that rare case. You know, in police work, you have 2 different things that you say. You say that this is a isolated incident and a random act, which is incredibly alarming, or you say that this is not a random act. The players in this are connected.
So there is a third person that we're not hearing about here, all right? A third person. All right? This guy right here, he has 0 to do with the kidnapping as far as being on the scene or any of that. So he's out of this. But supposedly, this dude that was wearing the Armani Exchange and had the mask on and all of that, right? He hopped out of the green Acura. Somebody else was in the green Acura. Later, video was found in a parking lot with this guy driving a red Toyota behind the green Acura with this guy and one more person. And we haven't heard about that other person yet.
Some way, somehow. And of course, I feel what we witnessed out there with that carjacking, what we witnessed with the murder, are probably symptoms of a larger problem that's going on that extend well beyond the scope of the 18th Judicial Circuit and the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. So working with the State Attorney Phil Archer and all that, we had made the determination to move this case federally.
There it is.
Here with us today is somebody who I have great respect for, is actually the Chief Federal Law Enforcement Officer of the Middle District of Florida. That's U.S. Attorney Roger Hamburg. He will be here with leaders of the federal agencies. And I think what is also important is that we have one voice and one authority speaking on the follow-up, what are the next steps. You always run into problems if there's 2 different organizations giving feedback, giving updates. So with this press briefing, it should serve as an official public handoff between us handing off the work that we've done to Roger Hamburg, our U.S. Attorney, and the various federal agencies that we partner with. We will continue to partner with them. We have various members of the Seminole County Sheriff's Office that serve as task force agents on the various federal agencies that are represented here today. But with that, I'll introduce U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Florida, Roger Hamburg.
Hamburger Joe. Just like in the movies, the suits done showed up and took over the investigation. Hit the like button, y'all. The feds done showed up and took over the investigation, and now they are in the building. Look at them.
If my law enforcement partners can join me from the federal government.
All right, he wants his law enforcement partners to join him from the federal government. Look at this. You got the whole Peanuts gang up in here.
Good afternoon. I'm going to do some introductions from your left to right. We've got FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Josh Del Manzo. To his right, to his left, your right, we have HSI Special Agent in Charge, John Condon. We then have Eddie Hobb, who is the United States Postal Inspection Service team leader for this area. We then have Nishan Tulsi, who's the Assistant Special Agent in Charge for DEA.
You got a problem with that word assistant.
We have Assistant Special Agent in Charge.
Oh, she broke the lav mic. Come on, girl. Get it together. Give me a second. Let me turn up some audio right here, because this guy is soft-spoken. Salute SoCal on the check-in. Appreciate you being here. What is popping? All right. Glad to have you back. Let's do this. All right, y'all. I'm working without a stream deck today, but we're going to get her done.
Thank you, Sheriff, for that introduction, and thank you for your leadership and for the excellent work that you and your office have done on this investigation. Combating violent crime is a top priority of the United States Department of Justice, and it's a top priority of my office, the United States Attorney's Office. During my time as a United States Attorney for the second largest district in the country, I've committed an unprecedented number of resources to prosecuting violent criminals. My office is dedicated to this mission. It's a mission that we share with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners, some of whom are with me here today. They are the backbone of our crime-fighting efforts, and we work hand in hand with them every day to identify, arrest, and prosecute violent criminals. And that is why I'm here today.
I'm here to take this case away from y'all. Y'all ain't going to hear shit else about it. It's a wrap. It's our business now. Hold on one sec. I just want to look up the person that nailed it, because they're going to make it clear in this that we're not going to be privy to as much information as we were privy to before. For a fact. All right? It's right here in the comments. All right, this guy doesn't have a name per se, like it's one of them, number situations, but let's see. But this guy right here, he said, now that the feds have the case, we won't hear much. And just as he said it, clockwork. They came in and they shut shit down. It's a wrap. So we'll see what we get from here. Let's see what he gives us. He ain't going to give us much. He's going to basically tell us to mind our business. All right. Salute SoCal on the check-in. Crash out. Salute Velez 408. Appreciate you being here. All right. I'm digging the crowd right now. Crash out says sounds like a cover-up to me by the feds. Nah, I don't think it's a cover-up. I just think that the feds, they don't, he's going to say it too. He's going to explain why we ain't going to hear much. You know what I'm saying? I just think that, it's too many things involved. They done crossed over to all kind of counties. There's all kind of federal offenses that was done. Like, it's their place to come take this case. Shout out Rilo. He said, counts in a RICO makes it a predicate count. Only takes 2 to conspire, and there's way more than 2. And they're all talking. So we'll see what happens as far as that's concerned. All right, y'all. I'm working without a stream deck. We got that popping. Let's get this popping.
Tell you about the federal charges that have been brought as a result of the joint local, state, and federal investigation into a terrible act of violence that was committed 18 days ago in Central Florida. The facts of the carjacking and murder are very well known. On April 11th, Catherine Aguasvivas, a 31-year-old woman from Homestead, was carjacked and kidnapped in Seminole County. She was murdered, and she was found dead in Osceola County. It was a gruesome murder. The victim was shot several times, and her body was found in a burning car. And as the sheriff said, and as I believe, this was not a random act. It was a targeted act. And this targeted act has led to a targeted local, state, and federal law enforcement investigation. Over the past 18 days, you've heard 3 individuals identified as persons of interest: Kevin Omar Ocasio-Justiano, Giovanni Crespo Hernandez, and Jordanash Torres Garcia. Within a week of the carjacking and murder, all 3 of those individuals had warrants issued for their arrest. And with it,
For other shit. Not even for this. For other shit, they had warrants. They were, oh, let's go the easy route. Grab that one with the warrants that they already
in
got.
2 weeks of the carjacking and murder, all 3 of those individuals were arrested. None of them are out on bond. All of them are being held in custody. The outstanding police work that led to these charges and arrests started immediately. This simply has been an all-hands-on-deck situation. In addition to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, they have not been alone. Many other local and state enforcement agencies have assisted in this investigation, including the Orlando Police Department, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and the St. Cloud Police Department. They have been joined by 5 federal agencies: the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the United States Drug Enforcement Administration, Homeland Security Investigations, the United States Marshal Service, and the United States Postal Inspection Service.
Right, even the mailman is involved in this one, all right? Even the letter carrier can't fucking get out.
The goals of
All
this
in on
joint local, state, and federal investigation involving 9 different law enforcement agencies, the goals of
Jeez.
this have been to neutralize any threat to the public and to conduct a thorough, methodical, comprehensive, meticulous, and unrelenting investigation that will bring justice to the victim and hold everyone accountable who was involved in her carjacking and murder. A lot has been accomplished by the investigative team over the past 18 days. On April 13th, 2 days after the carjacking and murder, Ocasio-Justiano left Central Florida and went to Puerto Rico. On April 16th, 5 days after the carjacking and murder, my office worked with the Drug Enforcement Administration to obtain a criminal complaint to federally charge him with possession of fentanyl and cocaine with intent to distribute, and possession of a machine gun in furtherance of drug trafficking.
They just went, soaked up every bit of information that they had on these people. Luckily for them, these people are super criminals that just are just crime day in and day out. So they had everything right there waiting for them. Well, we got this one on this one on that one on that. Come on, man. They got Buddy for everything he just said. They got old girl with a lamp full of brocaine. Like, they was wilding, boy. But everything was happening at the same time, and there was a tow truck driver that got smoked in the middle of all that. And where's this 10mm weapon, and whose weapon was that?
Ocasio-Justiano was federally arrested in Puerto Rico by the United States Marshal Service last Monday, and he is currently being held without bond at the Federal Detention Center in Puerto Rico. He'll be returned to Orlando to face the federal charges here. On April 17th, 6 days after the carjacking and murder, agents with Homeland Security Investigations intercepted a package from Puerto Rico that was shipped to Orlando containing 3 kilograms of cocaine valued at approximately $60,000. The package was picked up in St. Cloud by Giovanni Crespo's Hernandez's girlfriend, a defendant by the name of Monica Sibyl Romero Soto.
Monica
She was
Sibyl.
arrested and federally charged with possession of cocaine with
Monica Sibyl.
intent to distribute.
I didn't think we was gonna get another version of that name, but we managed to get one. Shout out Big June on the check-in. Buenos dias, gente. Hope everyone's good. Salutes, bro. Appreciate you.
And her case is pending here in federal court in Orlando.
Monica
On
Sibyl.
April 18th, a week after the carjacking and murder, a state arrest warrant was issued for Crespo Hernandez, arising from the execution of a state search warrant at a residence that he shared in Castleberry with Romero Soto. Inside that residence, the Seminole County Sheriff's Office recovered fentanyl, they recovered drug ledgers, and they recovered more than $13,000 in United States currency. He has been arrested, and Crespo Hernandez is being held without bond for those state charges. On the same day that he was being charged by the state, Jordanis Torres Garcia was apprehended by the Marshal Service in Orlando on a federal warrant for a violation of supervised release.
This is all stuff we know already.
Last Wednesday, April 24, 13 days after the carjacking and murder, my office obtained a criminal complaint that federally charged him with the carjacking of Miss Aguasvivas, resulting in her death.
Did he just say Aguasviva? He better not say Aguasviva. Now, Aguasviva is, you know, he is from that generation. I don't know if y'all know Aguasviva was a product. I don't even remember what it was. It was like a hair product or something, you know what I mean? But he really super wildin', all right? If you ask me, if Buddy just didn't call her Aguasvivas, but call her Aguasviva, he dirty for that.
Custody of the United States Marshals here in Orlando.
He dirty for that one.
Although each of these 4 cases that have been charged are different, involving different crimes committed on different dates by different defendants, they have several things in common. For starters, the investigative agencies on all of these cases have worked together with a shared goal of protecting the public, doing justice for the victim, and seeking to hold accountable anyone involved in her carjacking and murder. This great teamwork has already yielded immediate results, with 4 defendants and only 11 days being charged after the carjacking and the murder.
They did quick work. They had everything they needed to do the work. You know what I'm saying? They caught these dudes pretty quick.
With 3 of the previously identified persons of interest being held in custody and not being released on bond.
But it just seems to me that everybody was on their ass. All their you know, all of their prospective police, you know, districts were already on these guys. So when it came time to work together and say, you know, I got you, I'll send you this information, get me that, it was easy for them. Crash, I said Aquafina? No, not that. Close though.
Another thing that these cases have in common is they demonstrate the approach that we will be taking in this investigation. We are not limiting our investigation to the carjacking and to the murder.
Bet you
Our
ain't.
investigation has been and will continue to be thorough, methodical, comprehensive, meticulous, and unrelenting. When we find a violation of federal law that we can prove in federal court, we are going to charge it, regardless of whether it ties in directly to the carjacking and murder. This is an approach that you can already see in several of the cases that we have charged. Of the 3 defendants who've been federally charged, 1 of them has been charged in connection with the carjacking and the murder, while the other 2 have been charged with drug possession with intent to distribute offenses or firearms offenses. And we are not going to limit the individuals who are charged in this case to the 3 persons of interest who have been previously.
AKA they on y'all ass and they coming for you. They coming for you. Shout out Velez. Velez said them phones gave all of it up. Made their work a piece of cake. Absolutely. Big piece was them phones.
If we find evidence of a federal violation in the course of our investigation, we are going to pursue it, such as what we are doing in the federal case that has been brought against Romero Soto. One reason why we are taking this approach is because of what we have seen in so many other federal prosecutions, which is that violence and drug trafficking go hand in hand. Last Friday, I announced the largest methamphetamine seizure in the history of DEA in Orlando. In addition to the 68 kilograms of methamphetamine that was found in the defendant's 2 residences in that case, DEA found 4 firearms. We see that same type of connection between drug trafficking and violence in this investigation. In the 3 drug cases that have been charged as part of this investigation in federal and state court, firearms were present in 2 of them, including a machine gun.
Putting it all together.
Simply put, drug trafficking is dangerous. The drugs that are alleged to be trafficked in the 3 drug trafficking cases that have been charged as part of this investigation, they include fentanyl, they include cocaine, which rank first and second.
This guy's not using the code words, bro. All right, it's fent and brocane, bro.
in Florida and causing drug deaths. Dealing in those drugs is dangerous because transactions are often done in cash. That lends itself to acts of robbery, theft, and retaliation, themes we unfortunately see far too often in our federal cases. During the more than 2 years that I've served as the United States Attorney, my office has prosecuted more than 10 defendants who were involved in committing murders related to a drug trafficking.
Bro, all you doing is tooting your
Those
horn.
cases ended up with the same result.
Get to the questions.
The perpetrator was identified. The perpetrator was federally charged. The perpetrator was arrested. The perpetrator was convicted. And the perpetrator was sentenced or will be sentenced to federal
Your
prison.
boy right here getting tired, bro.
The reason that the result has been the same in all of those cases is due to the outstanding work of the law enforcement agencies that have worked on them. This is no accident. As the United States Attorney for the Middle District of Florida, I am the Chief Federal Law Enforcement Officer for 35 counties in Florida. In addition to prosecuting cases in federal court, my office partners with our sheriff's offices, our police departments, our
Blah,
state
blah, blah.
attorney-
We skipping forward.
Launched by the Department of Justice in 2001, violence and measuring the results of Project Safe Neighborhoods will yield.
Yeah, he's talking about some program, and he's going to keep the world
Their
safe.
police department, the Osceola County Sheriff's
Thanking all the
I wanna commend
departments,
all of
thanking the
those
post
agencies
office
for their excellent work on
getting
this
it done
investigation,
with the
especially
lamp.
Archer and from the state investigate, find the appropriate court to prosecute violent crime cases so that we can make sure that we're doing everything that we can to reduce violent crime here in Seminole County. I thank State Attorney Archer for everything that he and his
Right.
a lot more work.
Politics.
Together with our local, state, and federal partners, we are just getting started. And document methodical.
He been methodical and relentless and rough, rugged, and raw for the last 20 minutes. Like, relax, bro.
Put are to protect this community.
Show your ass up. Questions. Here we go. Jeez.
Questions.
So far, your charges include carjacking resulting in death. No murder charges yet?
What's up with this?
In the federal system, that is a murder.
Hold on. I want to see, because we can't hear the questions. I'll fix them on the edited version, but I want to make sure we can read them. I think the
And with that, I'll
captioning ain't picking it up, though.
So far, your charges include carjacking resulting in death. No murder charges yet?
In the federal system, that is a murder type offense. The carjacking resulting in death is something that's subject to up to life or even the possibility of the death penalty.
Okay, I've been telling y'all that charge was gonna change. I kept saying that charge is gonna go from carjacking that caused unaliving to an unaliving case. But he's saying they pretty much equate the same thing in the federal system. So there we have it. So maybe it won't change. Same time behind it.
Have you been able to establish any greater connections between Giovanni and Kevin and Jordanish or Giovanni and Catherine or any of the players involved?
He ain't gonna tell you that.
And so one of the things we're going to do during the course of this
She asked if they've uncovered any. I don't know if y'all heard it or not. She asked if they uncovered any other connections between Bangs and Kivo, Puerto Rico, and Rodmanish. If they put together any connection there, I don't see him answering that question, but maybe he will. Let's see.
investigation is we're going to follow up on each and every lead.
Oh, they on your
We're going
ass.
to fully investigate exactly what you're talking about, which is the connections between these individuals. Because like everyone in this community, and we all live and work in this community, this case has been a tragedy and has impacted all of us. So we're going to get to the bottom of it to determine what the motive of that crime is. I'm not prepared to lay that out for you here today.
Hell no, he
I
ain't.
can tell you that as we're at the beginning of this investigation, that those are exactly the type of questions we're looking to get answers to.
We were led to, and it's been a very complicated train of events, that phone record put the guy who was, the street name was Kivo Justiano, with the green Acura at the time of the carjacking, is it likely as this proceeds that he'll face a very similar charge to Torres Garcia?
What I can tell you about
It's no. He ain't gonna tell you shit.
the individuals
Salute Chucky Chingong on the check-in. Appreciate you, sir.
we have not yet charged with the carjacking is I'm not going to comment on where we are with respect to our investigation. None of them gave any forewarning to the victim in this case of what they were going to do. They didn't give any forewarning to this community. They didn't give any forewarning to law enforcement. And we, in the course of our investigations, we don't give forewarning either.
There it is. They're gonna move how they moved. You know, they ain't gonna let us know no more. I think we've heard what's last of it. The next things we'll hear from this story will probably be the final round of people that go to prison for it. The final round of court dates and charges and all of that.
I can tell anyone
Whenever that
who's
happens.
involved in this is we are going to conduct a thorough and comprehensive investigation. And if we can charge anyone related to this case, or anyone that we discover who's related to another case, which we've already done, that is what we're going to do. This is going to be a very comprehensive investigation and prosecution.
At the risk of asking a question that I think I probably already know the answer to, the husband and I think it's the cousin or the brother, there's some question about their cooperation and their veracity. Can I assume that if you haven't already, that your investigators will be speaking with them about the situation here?
I think what I can say on that is you can assume when I say we're going to interview every witness, we're going to interview anyone who can help us determine what happened in this case, that we're going to follow up on each and every lead, that our investigation is going to be as comprehensive as it can be using the lawful tools that we have available to us.
At this point of the investigation, do you know why Catherine was the target of this attack?
That is something we're going to get to the bottom of, and that's going to be...
I don't even know why they're even asking him questions anymore, because he's made it clear as day. I got no answers for you. What I can tell you is there will be a complete and thorough investigation, and it will be relentless and all of that shit. That's all he got to say.
And I think that also was similar to the first question I got. And so...
Look, he shit on it real quick. And you repeating questions, because Buddy already asked me that. Don't ask me that again. I'm not giving you no answers.
and they're questions that all of us have with respect to a crime like this. And it's motive. You know, why? Why did this happen? It's not something we're required, to prove as part of our cases. Murdering someone, doing a carjacking...
Doesn't matter why. It's
is
done.
a crime. There's no requirement for us to prove the why of it. But that is part of our investigation, and we're going to follow up on that, and we're going to do the very best we can to determine the why. And so we're going to continue to work on that.
Do we know yet when Evo, as we're calling them, is set to be extradited back to the United States here in Florida?
We don't have that date yet. We don't have that date yet.
Are federal agents also working with Orange County and looking into the murder of the tow truck driver?
Yes, we do consider that to be related to this.
But he's
that is
done.
going to be,
It's over with.
part of my
Our
comments is we're gonna
coverage
follow up on each and every lead
of the
and
Catherine
everything
Aguasvivas
that we learn as a
story
result of this. And even if it doesn't turn out to be
has
connected,
been
even
drawn
if that's
to a
not
halt.
related to this in some way, we are still going to investigate that particular murder, which is a gruesome murder.
They're talking
And
about
even if it
the.
doesn't,
Sorry, I was
that
talking
is
over.
going
They're
to
talking
be
about the tow truck guy.
related to this.
Orange County and looking into the murder of the tow truck driver?
Yes, we do consider that to be related to this. And that is going to be part of my comments, where we're going to follow up on each and every lead, and we're going to look at everything that we learn as a result of this. And even if it doesn't turn out to be connected, even if that's not related to this in some way, we are still going to investigate that particular murder, which is a gruesome murder. And if we can bring federal charges...
Well,
in that
rightfully so,
case,
shit.
we're going to do that as well. Because as the sheriff indicated, one reason, why we are stepping forward to take the lead on this particular case is the multi-jurisdictional aspect to it. We've heard Osceola County, Seminole County here, Orange County. someone coming from South Florida. We have a package from Puerto Rico. And so it touches a number of different jurisdictions. And so as we take on...
So now we could take over and we don't got to tell you shit.
Investigation, that is one of the things we're going to be looking at is that Orange County murder.
Have you made any headway yet on that murder that you're able to discuss in terms of why that happened and what led to it?
No, and typically what you're going to see in terms of when we make headway, you're going to learn about it because it's going to be something that is filed in court. It's possible we'll do another press conference in connection with one of those to tie together some of the questions that people have about the motive and about how all this relates to one another. But for the most part, you should expect that we're going to litigate this case, and now that it's in federal court, the way we do it in federal court is we speak through what happens on the federal docket.
So we know that everything involved is about money and drugs. Do you know if it's Catherine or his family is involved, her family is involved in this kind of deal too?
Yeah, and the sheriff said that, I think, early on, that this case is about drugs and money, and I believe that to be the case. I'm not prepared to say what the particular role of any particular...
Of course he's not prepared to say. He's done saying anything. And he's going to tell her, don't ask me that question again.
person is. As a federal prosecutor for more than 21 years, I've seen these cases play out all sorts of different ways, so I don't want to speculate at this point about what we're going to be able to find. But I can tell you the victim is the victim and will always be the victim. In those other cases that my office has prosecuted, a number of the victims in those cases were individuals involved in drug trafficking. It's a very dangerous business. But that didn't stop them from being the victim in our case and from us treating them as the victim.
Right,
Catherine
right.
is the victim in this case. But as part of our comprehensive investigation, we're going to do the best we can to understand all of the relationships between all of the individuals who we uncover. And I really just want to commend the Seminole County Sheriff's Office and the sheriff for the information that they've been providing during the course of this investigation, and the
Media trained like a mother.
because he has let you know about the all hands on deck situation that he has been doing, and his office have really been doing an exemplary job of leading on this and making sure that all of us are working together to do everything we can to protect the community. And I don't think that message, it can't be said enough how much we appreciate everything they did.
Bro right here would appreciate if you stopped talking so he could sit down. He tired.
A lot of moving pieces. So we really appreciate what they've done to keep this community safe.
All right. That's basically what we're going to get from that. The feds have taken over. Shout out Eduardo Jimenez on the check-in. Salutes to you. Appreciate you, sir. IB said, I feel guilty like a cheating husband for watching this earlier. Let's flip that around. You're a cheating wife. You did us dirty because you watched this earlier without us. Now, I caught pieces of it earlier. It just happened, so you was, super on it. But, again, he didn't say much. He didn't get much. He basically took over the case. It's his now. He said next time we file something in the courts, y'all will find out about it. Until then, I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. Don't ask the same question more than once. We're gonna continue to look for the people that that did this to this woman. She's still a victim. We're gonna find a way to see what's connected here, what's connected there. Was the tow truck guy connected? We're following all leads, and we're after every animal we can come and get. And that's what they're on. That's what they're gonna be on. But we ain't gonna hear about it. Right? We definitely not gonna hear about it. Hopefully, we'll see what happens, man. It's a new day. People are gonna, what is it, FOIA requests and all of that all over the place. IB said, dude looks straight from Central Casting. Man, all of them do. All of the guys in his position do. Crash Out says 6,440 on the road to 10K. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. It's free. Absolutely. I will be moving the chat to on a regular basis to subscriber only mode. And on the days when we're interviewing people, all of that, subscriber only mode. So make sure you subscribe. We're on our way to 10K. Hit that like button. It don't cost you a thing. Now that we're talking about it, let's get through the housekeeping. We got the links in the description for our text-to-speech donation function. For a $2 minimum donation, you can have a comment pop up on the screen. And I don't have it up here for some reason. You can have a comment pop up on the screen and interrupt my show and get it acknowledged. It's all good, though. That's what it's there for. It serves its purpose. Here we go. And it would look a little something like this.
Test user donated $50. Test message.
There you go. So it'll look like that. $2 minimum donation. We got the links for that in the description. We also have our PayPal, our Venmo, Cash App, and all of that. We also have the super thanks, super chat, super stickers for anybody who would like to support the channel on that level. That being said, do not forget we have the Ill Shop. I'll drop the link for the Ill Shop in the chat right now. We got merch at the Ill Shop. We got Usual Suspects merch, and we got Ill Cartel merch. Y'all can check that out. Here's the link for the Ill Shop in the chat. Please hit the like button if you have yet to do so. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay abreast of what we doing. Usually I try to plan these lives and kind of put the word out there an hour early or kind of create the live on YouTube an hour early to see if they send out the notification. Today I didn't even get a notification, so I'm just gonna go live when I'm ready to go live and stop playing YouTube's game. You know what I mean? All right, so make sure y'all check out the Ill Shop. Also, we got our Discord. We got our Discord right here. Let me put the Discord link out. I'll tell you what notification did ring off today was the Discord notification. So for those that want to join the Discord, here we go. Don't forget, we're going to have the Twins here on Saturday, May 4th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? We're going to be talking about child abuse in the cartel. And, again, we will be in subscriber mode. So make sure you subscribe now or nothing you say will be heard. All right? Unless you do a power chat and do it through the links. All right, there's our Discord invitation, and here's some playlists. Cartel Wives. All right, when you're not around, when I'm not around, you guys is scrolling the internet. Make sure you caught up on everything we've done here, man. We've done some good work here over the last year and a half, and I'd appreciate you appreciating it. Go and hit the like button over there too. Right? Boom. So that's our update on the Aguasvivas case. The update on the Aguasvivas case is basically no more updates on the Aguasvivas case. All right, everybody stay with your ears out there, and if you hear anything about it, you let me know, and we'll be covering it. But for the time being, the feds have shut it all the way down. And now they got all these guys locked up, and all these guys are in there telling their stories and giving their names and telling their side of the story, and separating themselves from this one, separating themselves from that one, probably adding the extra lie here, adding the extra lie there, and doing what they're doing. But the feds are gonna keep all of that word soup to themselves back there. We don't get to hear it. Yo, Shah, I'd love to hear what you have to say about and or have love about the Dalton mayor. That story's been pretty wild for when you need a more lighthearted subject for the day. Absolutely. There's a lot of things that I see that I don't get into purposely because I want to come and watch those things with you guys. And I've been seeing that mayor come up over and over again. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Ivy. Salutes. But yeah, we'll look into that. Rilo said, I've been getting notifications, dude. I've seen the shorts, all that good. That's what's up. That's another thing. I got to take some time and do some shorts. All right, what else did I have lined up? The next thing I want to talk about, I wanted to get into was a couple of these videos just giving me some background or the conspiracy theory background, the aluminum foil hat background of this story with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Jay-Z's former mistress, alleged mistress. And there's a couple videos I want to check out and see if, anything sounds crazy to us. I did see a video earlier of Jaguar. She's going on about something that I don't know how she saw it, but, that's a whole nother topic right there. She's wilding today. There's only enough time in a day for you to see as many things as some people say they see, Shit. But yeah, so that's what I want to get into. I want to get into this Jay-Z story right here. Right now, there's just a couple girls that got videos on the internet, on YouTube about it. And
with the release of Beyonce's new album
and that's what I want to check out. So here we go. Did Jay and Bey do away with the mistress? Y'all tell me. Here we go, y'all.
the ongoing controversy surrounding P. Diddy and his web of connections. With the release of Beyonce's new album and the ongoing controversy surrounding P. Diddy and his web of connections in the industry, I want to branch off and talk a little bit about people's theories on why the House of Carter may be on shaky grounds in this moment. And when I say House of Carter, I am specifically talking about the patriarch of this family, Jay-Z, and those who
She did this video on March 31st.
Are closely associated with him, which also would include Beyonce, his wife. The rumors of Jay-Z having a longtime mistress while being married to Beyonce are coming back to the surface with all the heat that has been on P. Diddy and those associated with him. Let's dive into this situation. Let's talk about the rumors, the speculation, all while keeping in mind that this is a real woman who we're talking about. She's not a character in a plot. She's a real woman who tragically lost her life at a very young age. And let's just make sure that we're being very respectful as we dive into this conversation. Back in August of 2010, a bombshell article was published in which 41-year-old Jay-Z was accused of having an affair with a 28-year-old woman named Kathy.
Who was he accused by, though?
White. Kathy White is described by her peers as being very business savvy, very intelligent, extremely kind, and extremely well educated. Kathy was on track to have a very bright and very successful future. Kathy was a graduate of Howard University. She was a model, and Kathy created her own business, which was a PR consulting firm called White Label PR. Because of the work that Kathy did in public relations, she was often rubbing shoulders with A-listers, rappers, and celebrities. The article that was published in 2010 included details of a wild night out in Las Vegas with Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Kathy White, and a model named Claudia Jordan. Their evening was said
That's the chick that Jaguar Wright was screaming at, hissing at in the camera and shit.
To be filled with gambling, clubbing, drinking, and a lot of PDA. We know Beyonce and Jay-Z had been married since 2008, but Beyonce was nowhere to be seen at this evening out. Once this article, along with damning photographs, were released, an editor over at Star Magazine reached out to Kathy White to try to get her side of it.
Liz Crokin, a journalist who used to work for Star Magazine, was preparing to write a tell-all about Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Kathy White, in August of 2011. Kathy had allegedly been caught creeping with Jay in 2010, and the rumors were spreading like wildfire. So that, all of that explains to me why Solange smacked up Jay in the elevator. Right? I don't remember what year that was, but I'm sure we'll get to it. We opening up a rabbit hole over here on this side. Shout out Soraida. Shocked.
side of the story. This former editor over at Star
Let's
Magazine's
see.
name is Liz Crocken. Liz was writing an article looking into some of the controversy surrounding Jay-Z, his history of cheating and shady behaviors, and she was building a timeline, and she really wanted to hear what Kathy had to say about their alleged relationship. And Liz reached out to Kathy White to hear her side of the story. Kathy White denied even knowing Jay-Z. Once Liz was able to produce photographic evidence, Kathy agreed to consider coming forward and sharing her side of the story. A few days after this,
Listen, he had to be in crash out mode, right? Like, because if you just going to the club with Diddy and a bunch of chicks, and damn, why I know that girl on the left? I think I know that girl on the left. I gotta see another picture. While you in the club, you know there's cameras there. You know people taking pictures, right? You know your wife is Beyonce. What you think? You just gonna grease enough palms on the way in and out so that don't come out, or what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand it. It's arrogant to think that, or he was on some crash out shit. Yeah, I'm partying with some chicks. I ain't worried about what Beyonce talking about. We on the outs right now. Maybe that's what it was, right? But otherwise, you just arrogant thinking that it ain't going to get out. You Jay-Z, he's puffy. There's people taking pictures, actively taking pictures in this place. How is this not going to get out? Shout out Crash Out on the $5 super chat. Blessings to you, Shy. Keep doing your thing. The channel is the best. I'm subscribed to. I'm proud to be a part of the Shy family. Appreciate you, Dirk. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your dono. Thank you very much. Again, Rilo, salutes to you too. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, he's mad arrogant if he's just out there, just letting them take pictures of him with the side chicks and shit.
Initial conversation, Liz had not heard anything back from Kathy White, allegedly. This prompted her to give Kathy White's PR firm a call. Liz was able to reach one of Kathy's employees at her PR.
Let's see what she's saying, though. This was going to be White's tell-all about her alleged affair with the NYC rapper. Days after booking the interview with Kathy White, Liz reached out to follow up, and the alleged mistress's colleagues informed her. Shout out Crash Out on a $5 donation super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Days after booking the interview with Kathy White, Liz reached out to follow up, and the alleged mistress's colleagues informed her that she had unalived. Wow. Let me go back in this video just a little bit.
Days after this initial conversation, Liz had not heard any. Reached out to Kathy White to hear her side of the story. Kathy White denied even knowing Jay-Z. Once Liz was able to produce photographic evidence, Kathy agreed to consider coming forward and sharing her side of the story. A few days after this initial conversation, Liz had not heard anything back from Kathy White, allegedly. This prompted her to give Kathy White's PR firm a call. Liz was able to reach one of Kathy's employees at her PR firm, and this employee allegedly shared that Kathy White had passed away suddenly and unexpectedly. Go to part 2. With the release...
Yo, bananas, all right? Bananas. Salutes, Rilo. I got it, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for your dono. Thank you, sir. Right, here we go.
Of Beyonce's new album and the ongoing... Part 2. When this editor from Star Magazine found out that Kathy White had suddenly passed away, she was completely shocked and immediately wondered if...
And that's exactly what a reporter is gonna, somebody that interviews people, somebody that's a journalist, that's exactly what they're gonna think. Wait a minute. I just confronted Shorty with this. This is the stuff movies is made out of, right? What happens in this world? People got hush money. People got money for goons. People got money for cleaners. It's not past the, it's not out the realm of possibility.
This was not a coincidence. Sources close to Kathy were able to divulge that Kathy had gone to Jay-Z to let him know that she was considering coming forward and...
So So she did the Adriana in The Sopranos, huh? Sources told me that Kathy had told Jay she was considering going public with Star via me after we talked. There was also online blogs that reported this too. I ran a small story on this that appeared in Star at the time,
sharing her side of the story and her truth of what has been going on between the two of them. Within days of Jay-Z allegedly learning that his alleged mistress was going to come forward and expose their ongoing affair, on August 28th of 2011, Beyonce and Jay-Z announced that they were pregnant with their first child. And they announced this at the VMAs.
Is this where we get clapped? Oh, baby bump. Damn, leave it to Kanye to attack you.
On September 1st of 2011, just days after Jay-Z and Beyonce had announced that they were pregnant, Kathy White would no longer be alive. There are conflicting reports on the state in which Kathy White was found on that very tragic day. Some sources say she was found unresponsive in her New York apartment, while other sources say that there was a 911 call that came from Kathy's apartment. And when paramedics arrived, they took Kathy White to the hospital because she was extremely
Kathy Michelle White, Virginia Beach. Kathy Michelle White, Lil Kathy, 29, passed away Thursday, September 1st, 2011. In Harlem, New York. Oh no, that's the plus sign. Known as to friends as Coriana Hunn. And Corey was born in Fort Polk, Louisiana on July 3rd, 1982. All right.
Extremely ill and then was later pronounced unalive in the hospital. Kathy White's autopsy and toxicology were never released to the public, but ultimately the manner in which Kathy passed was ruled to have been caused by a brain aneurysm. It was also
Upon hearing this, I felt sick and my immediate gut feeling was that she was unalived. The police at the time said she unalived of an aneurysm. I found it highly suspicious that a seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman would drop unalived from an aneurysm, and the timing and unaliving sure was convenient for Jay.
So heavily speculated that Kathy White was pregnant with Jay-Z's child at the time of her passing, but with the autopsy never being released, it's not possible for us to confirm that information. If this woman was pregnant, that just makes everything that much more tragic, but
I wonder what her family thinks of all this.
I just was not able to find definitive proof or confirmation of this detail, so I will just leave it at that. With Kathy being such a young and healthy woman, it is very shocking to hear that this was the way that she passed. This editor at Star Magazine, Liz, continued to dig into this situation despite the fact that Kathy had passed away.
Sounds like Liz was hell-bent. I wanted to pursue this story further, particularly investigate if she was indeed unalived. However, I was discouraged from doing so. My boss was not interested in running a follow-up piece. There were blogs that reported that after I talked to Kathy, she reached out to Jay and told him she may go public about their affair. All right, so this was the Adriana. She went to Christopher. She said, Christopher, they're on me. What's happening? And he went and told Tony, and Tony told Sil, and we know how that ended up. So,
and despite the fact that her boss urged her not to continue looking into the situation. While doing her research, Liz allegedly discovered that Jay-Z, the self-proclaimed king of New York, has many NYPD officials in his back pocket. Liz also allegedly discovered that there was a decent amount of coroner.
Years later, I met sources who knew both Jay-Z, Kathy, and inside information on her unaliving. They strongly believed Jay had her unalived to silence her. One source told me Jay had law enforcement and even coroners in his back pocket. The sources also said that there are corrupt coroners in New York City who will rule homicides as natural unaliving for cash. It's crazy.
In New York City who were willing to rule a very obvious suspicious passing or unaliving as a natural passing for the right amount of cash. Now, I want to talk about one of the biggest theories that I've seen people speculate about online about this entire situation and why it happened in the way that it happened. And again, this is just speculation. I'm not saying that this is facts. Speculation. They speculated that Beyonce and Jay-Z used a surrogate to get pregnant with their daughter Blue Ivy. And while of course using a surrogate is most certainly not controversial in the slightest, many were speculating simply from this clip right here that Beyonce was using a fake bump to appear as though she was pregnant.
First, there was some speculation about the varying sizes of her baby bump. But ever since her recent interview on Sunday Night HD, there's been a whole new wave of people saying what must have been a fake baby bump visually collapsed as she sat down. I admit, that did look weird, but maybe it was a weird camera angle. Or maybe she wears extra padding to keep her due date a secret.
Because of the way that Beyonce
Looked a little crazy though, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You could chalk it up to fabric, you could chalk it up to whatever, but looked a little weird. Shout out Crash Out. He said, did you see the interview they did on Diddy's Bodyguard? No, I did not, sir. Not yet.
Beyonce's belly folded when she sat down. Many believed that there was no way that that was a real baby bump. There was so much speculation about this situation that even Wendy Williams did a experiment with her audience to see if other pregnant women's bellies folded like that when they sat down.
When Wendy's hell bent, boy, no pun intended.
Recently, like last Sunday, appeared on an Australian show. And when she sat down, the baby bump squashed, bent, and crumpled.
The reason that I bring this up, though, is because if Beyonce and Jay-Z were having a baby via a surrogate, it would be a little odd to announce that they were physically with child. Unless the House of Carter was trying to cause a massive media PR frenzy to take all of the media attention away from the woman who was just recently alleged in the press to be Jay-Z's mistress, mysteriously passing away. Well, obviously that is just speculation and maybe a little bit of conspiracy, but if it was their intention to take the media attention off of anyone potentially running a story about Jay-Z's mistress passing away, it most certainly worked, because the media and the press were completely zeroed in on Beyonce and Jay-Z's pregnancy from the moment it was announced to the moment that Blue Ivy made her arrival. And at least I know, I personally never even heard about Kathy White until this whole P. Diddy stuff started flipping everything on its head. Go to part 3. Part 2, when this editor from Star... Part 3.
So, this is crazy. They are masters of PR, masters of marketing over there. You know, again, like I said earlier, when people got the bread, the opportunity, the evil intent to do these things, it's not hard for them. They could afford a Ray Donovan, some kind of fixer, some kind of cleaner. I was thinking about what we heard Jaguar say about Beyonce visiting her childhood home, and then days, she says the next day, I have to look into it, days later, the place burns down. It just makes me think of Forrest Gump, all right? When he went and tore down Jenny's childhood home. He had the bread to do so. He could get the equipment. He did that shit. He knocked it down. You think of those moments in movies, right? A lot of that is real shit. Just like IB said, damn, and people call Chicago corrupt, but this is the first I've ever heard of sketchy coroners. I'm sure there's probably a sketchy coroner in every district across the country. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got enough bread to be friends with this dude and, and get him to put his ethics to the side for some paper. A lot of people put their ethics to the side for paper. Shit, some people put their ethics to the side just for hero worship. You know? Think about it. So, shout out Young Jizzle on the check-in. Appreciate you. IB said they're going to be paying off the whole BGYN and the corner. Like, yo, everybody can catch a check. Everybody needs money. Everybody feels like they should be paid more, right? So, some corners will be cut in the process. It's crazy talk.
Another interesting aspect of this entire situation was Kathy White's friendship with Jason Lee. You all probably know Jason Lee from his very successful podcast where he interviews celebrities and social media stars. Jason Lee is also the founder of the publication Hollywood Unlocked. Jason Lee has long accused Beyonce of knowing exactly what happened to Kathy White.
Because Bey has known since day one that Jason Lee has never had good intentions when it came to her. Beyonce also knows that Jason Lee was very close friends with one of Jay-Z's alleged side pieces named Kathy White. CW was allegedly claiming that she was pregnant by Jay around the same time that Beyonce was pregnant with Blue Ivy, but CW was mysteriously found unalived under suspicious circumstances. Similar to KP, Kim Porter. Listen, man, there's coincidence, there's happenstance. You know, I remember growing up and burying so many friends that one of my friends' mother said, y'all got too many friends. Like, y'all know too many people. Everything, you know, it all comes back to you. And so those things happen when it's a numbers game. You know so many people, you have so many people. People pass away, there's circumstances, this, that, the other. This just seems too perfect in a circle of too many stories, too many people just disappearing off the face of the planet with lack of explanation and with shadows behind it. You know what I mean? So, I hate to say it, but where there's smoke, to me, there's some kind of fire, man. Somebody's smoking something.
Does this mean Jason knows the real truth about Kathy White?
Can you imagine had I put that on Hollywood Unlocked? Oh, there was one more thing. Beat this, Johnny.
Look at old girl's face.
Woo! So that in itself, I think Beyonce could have gave me a, you know what I mean? Like there should be a little love there. Now,
maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce, they're not going to share that.
The Baykeeper, Yvette Noel, sure, stands between the world and Beyonce. So he's saying Beyonce doesn't know, but Yvette knows.
I got the receipts. I still have the receipts.
Jaguar Wright is also another figure who is known to be very loud and outspoken about the horrors of the rap.
Yo, you ain't lying. Rilo says shit for an autograph. They don't got no morals out here. Facts, man. It ain't gonna take much.
Industry has also alluded that Beyonce and Jay-Z are guilty of very sinister things.
Nobody getting no about Beyonce. She's doing far worse things than bleaching her skin. I promise you that. That is getting divorced because she don't want to be called as a material witness or be named as an accomplice, but it looked like it's too late.
Jaguar Wright alluded to the fact that Beyonce and Jay-Z will do about anything.
That bleaching her skin, I promise you that.
Spoken about the horrors of the rap industry, has also alluded that Beyonce and Jay-Z are guilty of very sinister things.
Nobody getting no about Beyonce. She's doing far worse things than bleaching her skin, I promise you that. That is getting divorced because she don't want to be called as a material witness or be named as an accomplice, but it looked like it's too late.
Jaguar Wright alluded to the fact that Beyonce and Jay-Z will do about anything to make sure their image and brand is protected.
Kathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? I mean, I'm just speculating.
And more recently, as we...
I think this deserves a poll, y'all. We putting up a poll today? Did you watch the Sugar interview? No, Crash Out. There's not enough time in the day for me, brother. And you know, it's hard for me to watch Sugar interviews, man, because you got to take almost every word he says with a grain of salt. But I'll get to him, though. Let's put up a poll. Let's see. Did Jay and Bey do away with Kathy White. Hold on. I'm trying to find the right way to word this. Did Bay do away? I want to be able to see y'all comments at the same time. I don't think I can, though. Did Jay and Bay do away with Kathy White? Yes or no? Or is the question... Here, I'm going to do did blank space. Did do away with Kathy White. And I'm going to put J, Bay, both, J and Bay, or neither. Just a coincidence. Boom. Starting that poll. Hold on, let me add this question mark. Done deal. Poll is up, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Did Jay or Bay do away with Kathy White? Did either of them both together do away with Kathy White, or neither? Nothing happened. All right, here we go.
No, Beyonce just released her brand new album, and on that album is a track called Daughter. While it is a beautiful song, many are saying that the beginning of this song sounds an awful lot like a
Hey, Rilo, you said for an autograph they don't got no morals. All right, look what she just said. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. That's all it takes, man. Coroner's nothing. Easy work.
The reignition of this controversy and the mysterious passing of Kathy White, it makes you pause a little bit when you listen to the lyrics. At the end of the day, there is a lot of speculation and rumors surrounding the situation, and it is really hard to decipher between what is fact and conspiracy sometimes. We know that Jay-Z has a very close relationship with P. Diddy, who has a reputation for taking out anyone who gets in his way, who is a liability, or who he is jealous of. So I guess I wouldn't really say that it's a stretch to think or question whether Jay-Z could have potentially had a hand in Kathy White's passing, especially with the reputation that one of his best friends, Diddy, has.
What'd he do?
That is the gist of the Kathy.
He called Diddy and was like, Diddy, bro, she's about to do a tell-all on me. He was like, you offer her some money? Nah, I don't want to offer her no money. And he's like, oh, it's cheaper to ghost her.
White situation and some of the rumors and speculations surrounding the Kathy White situation. Ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a tragedy. A young woman lost her life way too early. And it is very concerning that this woman had a connection to Jay-Z and was ready to go public about their relationship, and mysteriously she passes away before she has the opportunity. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments. Do you think Jay-Z and Beyonce are aware of what happened to Kathy White, or do you think this is just speculation and rumors that the internet has created? I know what I think, but I want to know what you guys think. I should have gotten out of the rabbit.
All right, so that's it. Now, here's another thing. Ashton Kutcher, that boy done lost it in my eyes. Very questionable right now, that guy. All right? I don't even want to get into this yet. I want to really get into this later. But, all right, so I got another video. Let me look for that. Young Jizzle said, Beyonce so damn fine. I love them long legs. Don't say that shit too loud, man. Jay, I hear you. Jay not playing no games right now. All right, let me get this out of here. All right, let's see what we got here. Here we go. This is a channel called Impressive. She got 1.3 million subs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive Channel. Jay-Z was pretty upset that the sports media commentator Stephen A. Smith said that Beyonce was better than Rihanna. Now, I don't know if you remember, but last year when Rihanna was set to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show,
Then he's wrong. If I'm gonna be a fan of either one of them, or if I think one of them got the total package over the other one, I think it's the other way around. It's Ree.
Stephen A. Smith pretty much said that Rihanna ain't no Beyonce. And he doubled down on his statements several times.
There's one thing she's not.
Uh-huh.
She ain't Beyonce.
I know she's not Beyonce, but you know, wait a minute, hold up.
Rihanna's great.
And here's the thing, though. Why you gotta do that, though? Because you don't like when they do that with certain sports players and shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about Beyonce right here, right now. We're talking about Rihanna. You see that picture on the wall? That's her album coming. Why do you have to make it your business to throw that out there?
But I'm thinking you got a lot to live up to. Because there's only one Beyonce. Rihanna's fantastic. That's not where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen. She's a lot of things. She's spectacular, actually, and congratulations on new mamahood. But there's one thing she's not. She ain't Beyonce.
Now, nothing is wrong with Stephen A. having an opinion. Even though I thought it was a bit corny of him to say that,
Yes,
it's
corny.
his opinion. And Stephen A. Smith is going to have an opinion on everything. And he just felt like Rihanna's good, but she just ain't Beyonce. It is what it is. But his comments did receive a lot of backlash because people felt like he was unnecessarily pitting two black women against each other. And interestingly enough, Jay-Z had an issue with his comments as well. In fact, he called up Stephen A. Smith and checked him over his comments.
I said, I love Rihanna. I bought her album. She gets my money. Man.
So why do you got to make it your business to go out there and mention somebody else? There's a million singers, all right? They might not be. There is no probably bigger star than what's her face, Beyonce. But better singers, shit, it's better singers down the street, around the corner, up the block. You know what I mean? Like, stop it.
Love for her, wishing her nothing but the best come Super Bowl performance. But you do know there's only one Beyonce. And somebody like Blue Navy's after you, what the hell is Blue Navy? What's Blue Navy? And then, now, people who will remain nameless, Hollywood stars, couple of cats pissed off at me, going off, complaining, never spoke to me again. Right? And I'm like, y'all messing around with each other? Son, what the hell's going on here? Why would that be something that makes you upset?
I mean, you messing around with Beyonce? Why would you have to bring her up? You know what I'm saying? Like, sucker shit goes both ways. Shout out 298 on the check-in. Salutes to you. Appreciate you being here. Right? Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. We're chilling.
Right? Mm-hmm. Months later, Hov and I was on the phone. Hov was like, quote, simple and plain, my dog. You family. That's family. That's too close to say that. Right. I didn't know. I said, I didn't know. He said, I know. Done. Right. See what I'm saying? Like, because now you say, in other words, it's a business. It's a part of it. You don't know how she'll receive it. That's right. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's right. And that's all he had to say. Right. I appreciated that.
Now, I thought this was interesting for a few reasons. It is interesting to hear Jay-Z take up for Rihanna, even though Stephen A. Smith was bigging up his wife, Beyonce. Jay-Z wasn't really impressed with that. He didn't like the fact that
Jay don't need that drama in his house. You know what I'm saying? His wife hearing about his biggest star.
He was pitting her against Rihanna, who he considers his family too. And he felt like it was hitting too close to home for him, which is also an interesting statement because, it has been rumored over the years that Rihanna allegedly was Jay-Z's side chick. That hasn't been confirmed, so we don't know that to be true, but we do know that Rihanna does have business ties to Jay-Z. She is signed under his management company, Roc Nation, so they're always going to be connected in some way. So I guess that's what he means when he says Rihanna is his family. Also, I thought it was interesting that Stephen A. said some people in Hollywood started distancing themselves from him all because of his opinion. And I understand that they probably did it out of allegiance to Rihanna, but it seems a bit trivial to cut somebody off just because they have an opinion.
Yeah, he sounds like he was just adding some extra sauce to the story. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had a story to tell him, so he used that one. People left me alone over this Rihanna shit. Like, come on, man.
That you don't like. And it's not an opinion on a serious matter. It's just a debate on who you feel is a better artist. So it's a little weird. It is. But I think Stephen A. Smith thought that he was going to get brownie points for saying what he said. He especially thought he was going to get brownie points from the Carters, but Jay-Z was not impressed. So Jay-Z had to check him. Now, since I'm on the topic of Jay-Z, I want to talk about this very disturbing tweet I came across. It was this tweet that came across my feed from Liz Crokin. She said, note the date.
All right, y'all. Liz Crokin is the lady that, the journalist that Kathy White was supposed to speak to. And when she called to confirm, she found out Kathy White was unalived. Note the date. Hey, Jay, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she was unalived. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming. Mind you, she's talking this Diddy stuff. This is, she did this tweet on March 2nd, 2024, but she's responding to her own tweet from 2017 that says, when Kanye West says Jay-Z has unalivers, I believe he's talking about the people who unalived Kathy White. So this lady's held this, she's held this to her chest. She's been at war with this, and she's seeing her things come to fruition now in 2024. Let's see where this goes. Salute Young Jizzle, salute the whole live. I'm gonna smoke one for you. Appreciate you, sir. I'm gonna smoke my own for y'all. Peace.
Hey, Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died or was murdered. I know everything.
You talking crazy. You talking crazy.
Go and said,
all these words
is coming. Jay-Z has quote unquote murderers. I believe he's talking about the people who killed Kathy White. And she actually reposted this Kanye video she was talking about.
Jay-Z called me. Hey, God, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me.
Liz Crokin also said this.
In 2016, Ye West was put on a 5150 hold immediately after he went on a rant on stage at a concert exposing information he said could get him unalived. During the rant, he supported Donald Trump. All right? Salutes to you, Zoraida, on the job. Right? So I'll leave this up here so Zoraida could read this shit.
Don't send them at my head. Just call me.
Liz Crokin also said this.
It's only a matter of time before Spirit Cooking Jay is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Ye said Jay's got unalivers. I would know. He's evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Kathy White one day. The false idols will continue to fall, mark my words. Salutes 298 on the roll up, all right? Roll them if you got them. What hand you roll with?
It's only a matter of time before Spirit Cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got murders. I would know. He's evil.
Good job with the editing.
I pray there will be justice for Kathy White one day. The false idols will continue to fall. Mark my words. Now, this right here is a pretty serious allegation. Jay-Z is being accused of taking out this woman named Kathy White. There's been rumors of this over the years, and I'll be honest, I didn't really know much about this until recently, until these tweets started going viral. And I was like, who is Kathy White? And I started looking her up, and I went down a rabbit hole of a lot of different things. And I will say all of these allegations are 100% alleged. We don't know if they're true or not, but it was rumored back in 2010 that Kathy White allegedly was Jay-Z's mistress. Now, Kathy was a socialite in Hollywood.
Hey tech leads, this is Monday Dev, a platform to manage your entire product development.
She was a publicist, a health and fitness expert, and she was a model. She ran in different social circles, and she was friends with Claudia Jordan, which is interesting because you don't really see Claudia mention her. but she was known. She was known by some industry people, and people would call her Coriana or Corey, and also some people call her Kathy Corina White, but her full name, her real name is Kathy Michelle White. And it was rumored by Hollywood Street King that she allegedly had an affair with Jay-Z. Now, when I went back to see the actual article, it's no longer available, but Rhymes with Snitch actually reposted it. And in this article, it said, there's a juicy little rumor bubbling under right now claiming Jay-Z is boning one of Claudia Jordan's homegirls, a chick named Kathy Corina White. According to Diary of Hollywood Street King, Jay's been smashing for a while. Enlarge this picture and you could just make out Kathy and Claudia standing just to the left of Jay.
Hold on, let's get this out the way. Where's Jay in this picture? See Diddy's ass right here. He looking at right at the camera like, we got you, bitch. You got popped off. What you looking at? What all y'all looking at? Y'all all looking at the camera, huh? I still don't see Jay's big head. What the fuck is this?
Too close for someone not in his inner. And Claudia standing just to the left of Jay. Too close for someone not in his inner circle. Sips tea. So there were a couple of pictures floating around.
Oh, that's him with the glasses.
Circle, sips tea. So there were a couple of pictures.
He's looking at the camera too, like, oh, you got me.
Tea. So there were a couple of pictures floating around of Kathy partying with Jay-Z, Diddy, and Claudia. And you could clearly see Jay-Z and Diddy in this picture. And to the side, you see Claudia and Kathy. And
bro, look at these two guilty.
And Kathy is supposed to be the woman in the pink. It's a blurry picture, so we don't know if it's her for sure, but they're saying that it is. So this rumor about Kathy and Jay-Z being together started back in September of 2010. Fast forward a year later, Kathy mysteriously passed away. According to her obituary, she passed away September 1st, 2011 in Harlem, New York, and she was only 29 years old. And it was said that she passed away from an aneurysm, but some people don't believe that was the true cause of her passing. So I was on this site called Foxella, and they reposted this article from HSK, which I'm assuming is Hollywood Street King, and it said this: HSK exclusive. HSK was the first to reveal that 28-year-old Kathy White was Jay-Z's mistress. Don't believe me? Ask Claudia Jordan. Yesterday, I got the news that Kathy Michelle White had suddenly passed away. So I quickly began my investigation, and guess what? Kathy did not die from a brain aneurysm as reported widely around the internet today. According to an NYPD detective who told me, Kathy's cause of death is uncertain, and later today we'll have the autopsy and toxicology reports. Right now, the death is considered suspicious. Kathy White died exactly 1 year to the day from when I broke the story of her and Jay-Z's affair. Here's exactly what the NYPD told me. A 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Kathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she expired. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm killed her. They'll be doing an autopsy later today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Kathy a bad drug.
They're going to put it on the fence?
They'll do a toxicology, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report. Wait, there's more.
In
2 weeks
2011?
prior to her death, Kathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection. She gave them little information to go on, but according to one of our sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, she called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair for a price. This all happened in the last 2 weeks. Then a little more than 48 hours after the announcement that Beyonce was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby, this young lady suddenly dies under suspicious circumstances. Now, it was rumored that Kathy was also pregnant, and she allegedly was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby, but we don't know that to be true either.
Shout out Felix Reyes on the check-in. Say what's up, my guys. Been a minute, but I'm here now. Salutes to you. Appreciate you being here. We will be moving into subscriber only mode on the chat coming soon. So everybody make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like button. IB said, is there some high-end unaliving service these folks are all using? Nah, the same one that's always been in existence. Money and thirst. Do you think they call them exit concierges or something like that? Cleaners and fixers. Goons and gunners. Shooters. Buttons. All of that shit. They think they have an app for it yet? No, not yet. They're working on it, though. I'm sure there's probably the dark web, there's definitely an app for it. Money really be having fools thinking they got or above the law, and at the end of the day, that shit run out. Money run out, time run out, your goodwill run out. You know, people that was protecting you before ain't there no more, and then what happens? But again, here we are. We still all these weeks later, and we got no arrest on Diddy. So, was Diddy innocent? I don't know. We wait to see. All right, let's see what these votes are looking like. Make sure y'all vote in the poll. It's looking like it's looking like the majority thinks both Jay and Beyonce knew and had something to do with what happened to Kathy White.
We just don't know, but there's been a lot of reports going around about Kathy's mysterious passing, and it's interesting because you can't really find anything about Kathy on the internet. It's really hard to find any information on her. It's almost as if she didn't exist. But Liz Crokin actually woke this story up. She did say that she was the reporter who spoke to Kathy right before she passed away. And Liz has worked with several tabloid magazines, including US Weekly, Touch Weekly, and Star Magazine. So it is believable that she probably reached out to Kathy to get an exclusive.
I got an interview with her.
And the blog did say that Kathy was about to spill the...
I did see a video with her. We get to see her in her element, see if she's kooky or not. We're going to find out.
About her affair with Jay-Z. And if all of this is actually true, I definitely think it was poor judgment on Kathy's part to threaten to go to the tabloids and threaten to extort Jay-Z. I mean, it was even poor judgment for her to allegedly be messing with a married man. From the way the story was told, it seems as if she was trying to get money. Maybe he cut her off financially. Who knows? And can you imagine if she went to the tabloids and told her story? Can you imagine the mess that would have been? Because you got to remember, around this time, Beyonce just announced her pregnancy. So it would have been a hot mess if it came out that Jay-Z had another pregnant mistress on the side. That would have been crazy and embarrassing. And to save face, I can imagine that Jay-Z...
That would have been Hollywood in the hood. That ain't no different than what's been going on for the last 50, 100 years.
Go far enough
50 or 100
to hire
years, not 50, 100 years.
Hitman to get rid of Kathy. I'm not saying he did, but I ain't saying that it ain't possible, because Kanye did say that Jay-Z got killers. He got killers. But once again, all of this is alleged. We don't know if Jay-Z is the cause of Kathy's passing.
Allegations.
And it can't be proven, so we just don't know. But I will say, ever since Liz called Jay-Z out and woke up this story, people have been talking. I've been seeing a lot of videos and a lot of conspiracies going around. Even Jaguar Wright has her own conspiracies about what went down.
Kathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming. And the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake. I mean, I'm just speculating.
Now,
stop being so damn dramatic and wet-mouthed about it. You annoy me with that shit.
Say this is all speculation, and Jaguar does speculate a lot. even though she is spot on about some things. I mean, she was spot on about Diddy.
Man.
But at the same time, you can't believe everything you hear.
Facts.
However, I will say this. That whole Kathy White story is very, 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 very creepy and very suspicious. It's honestly a bit sad because she was in the industry, but you hardly see anything about her. You don't even see her friends speak on her. It's a sad situation all
Which
around.
is why Jaguar Wright called out Claudia Jordan and said, man, show up for your friend. Stick up for your friend. Where you at? You know? And evidently she's silent. All right, so we got this video here. This is, oh girl. This is the unaliving of Kathy Coriana White, industry and internet. Liz Crokin exposes and Jay's secrets with Diddy. Yes, young Jizzle, she was beautiful. IB said it's almost as if the people responsible for her demise are friends with the people who own the internet. And they're friends with the people, the people that brought her down. That, you know, it's all connected, man. This is all dirty work, nasty work right here. B ain't want to pay his mistress child support. Probably not. You know, probably the same reason. There's probably some, you know, crazy insecurity in that house. You know, which is why they have to call Stephen A. Smith to let him know to watch his mouth about Beyonce and Rihanna. Jay don't want them problems in his house. Problems with his wife being salty with his artists / who knows what kind of relationship they got. All right, but right here we got Liz Crokin herself. So let's see if she's
We can't have a Mistress and Beyonce.
So, and I also didn't realize that they were crafting one of the biggest publicity stunts to announce Beyonce's pregnancy on stage at the VMAs. You know, she did her performance at the very end. She turned, oh look, oh my God, she's a baby bump. She's...
Look, Kanye, greatest moment in your life, Kanye attack you. Motherfucker. Look at it. It's a full-on attack. Dang, you gonna break the mic and shit? Back. Motherfucker.
Like, you know, like getting ready for baby, and you know, we did tons
But a
of baby
Mistress
covers.
coming out.
So
that's possibly pregnant.
That's the thing.
Talk about it, Liz.
So that's the thing. But there are reports that she was found after the VMA performance. But I'm pretty sure that I knew she was dead before Beyonce announced that she was pregnant.
This was a bit of a doozy, and we're going to have to talk about it here. There's a journalist by the name of Liz Crokin who is pretty huge on Twitter. She is a journalist that has worked with various publications. She has a lot of notoriety, absolutely. Her full name is Elizabeth M. Crockett, and she's an American columnist, and you know,
columnist
Google
or a columnist
has labeled her as a conspiracy theorist from 2017. Now, I almost feel like people get labeled that.
There you go, IB. That's like the people who own the internet. They got Liz looking like a conspiracy theorist. Now, is she suffering from what the deputy in the other case suffered from? Where he's saying they implicated him when he implicated himself? You know what I mean? Like, is this lady a conspiracy theorist because she's a conspiracy theorist? Or are they making her one?
When people are trying to discredit somebody, she's a journalist. I mean, she got her stripes. Shout out to her. She recently did an interview with Tasha K in the Tasha K app, and I was able to watch it. Shout out to Tasha K. And Liz.
Listen, I don't know much about new age pop culture. I don't really know. You could ask me about who's on Love and Hip Hop and who's this and what's that. I don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Ask me about an obscure verse from 95 or 93, you know what I'm saying? And we could talk about that. But I don't know who Tasha K is, but she's always in the middle of some mess. Is she only a podcaster? Like, is that her thing? Gossip columnist? Because it's definitely the gossip column has moved from the magazine stand in the line at the grocery market to the internet.
Liz really talked about some of the things that various things that kind of led her to where she's
a whistleblower. Amongst other things, You know? Yeah, everybody's suing her all the time.
Out right now. One of those things that she talked about was Jay-Z's alleged mistress that we don't know if she was murdered or if she died of natural causes or what exactly, right? Kathy Coriana White was a fitness and beauty expert. So she was found dead at her Manhattan apartment on September 2nd. Kathy White was a Howard University graduate. She contributed to various online publications and was the CEO of her own public relations firm. That public relations firm is called White Label PR. That's what it was called, White Label PR. Kathy White was going back and forth with this blog called The Hollywood Street King, HSK, about this rumor of her being a mistress of Jay-Z. Some of these rumors sparked because she and Claudia Jordan were spotted at Las Vegas Tao nightclub.
Now think about it. Let's just say Jay had nothing to do with her, right? Just shows you how much one picture and an internet full of people, a sea of people, will all jump to conclusions, and we could probably turn stories into, bring stories into existence that didn't exist prior. You know what I'm saying? Now, is that the case here? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm just pointing out that fact, that all it takes is a picture. But this posture right here, this is guilty. This is looking at the cameraman like, bro, don't you know? Would disappear you and your camera? Right? That's what that looks like.
Sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Puffy. And there have been reported pictures of this out there. And this is literally, information from like 2011. This was things that I was able to, when I was surveying some of this information and collecting the information, I was able to put together that's really the chain of events that happened based on how some of these articles are reporting from 2011. Hot 107.9 reported that a young woman who was rumored to be tied to Jay-Z had died at only 28 years old. Industry publicist, fitness and beauty expert, Kathy Coriana White, known as Corey to friends. Friends of White have confirmed reports that White died of an aneurysm or from an aneurysm. It is not clear what kind of an aneurysm she died from, as it can develop on many parts of the body. So for those that don't know, an aneurysm is the enlargement of an artery caused by weakness in the walls. Often there's no symptoms, but a rupture aneurysm can lead to fatal complications for those that don't know. So when Kathy died, it definitely stirred unwanted attention to Jay-Z with claims of a hidden love child. And now, back then when the story broke, Liz was
I do know that the media blows up things. I do know that things get out of hand and things go, whole East Coast, West Coast shit happen like that. Magazines making it something that it wasn't. But I seen it myself, being on the road with Dog and going and doing a show at a college and leaving, and then something happening over there at the college, and then everybody puts Dog's name in it. And the next day we're getting phone calls, oh, what happened? Nothing happened. We left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen it happen. So, but sometimes those things, just those threads, you keep pulling on that thread, you'll find some truth in there somewhere. Shout out Crash Out. IB said she was a high-powered lady. Yeah, she wasn't no bum. She had businesses. Crash Out said, why Jay-Z got the same hairstyle as that gay black painter Jean-Michel Basquiat? I fucks with Basquiat. Bad dude. But yeah, that's what 50 said, that Jay wants to be Basquiat. Trying to make people think he's just a tortured and misunderstood artist. Yeah, he's definitely not that. He's never been that. Dog was that. X was a tortured and misunderstood artist. Alright? Jay knew that. Jay knew he wasn't him.
A Star magazine reporter, and she was set to do an interview with Kathy White. This was going to be White's tell-all about her alleged affair with the NYC rapper. Days after booking the interview with Kathy White, Liz reached out to follow up, and the alleged mistress's colleagues informed her that she had died. The reasons behind her passing was a brain aneurysm, according to her autopsy. Now, let me just say something about the autopsy. Nowadays, people can FOIA reports, right? I was going to my sources to figure out, like, this report has to be out there, whether it's the autopsy report or maybe the 911 reports, dispatch, things like that. And I'm not finding anything. I'm not finding anything that would have been printed out by any journalist or anybody that was kind of curious to see. Let me do a Freedom of Information Act report to figure out what exactly happened the day that Kathy died or the day that she was found, whatever the circumstances might have been, right? Nothing was out there. So, and people in Kathy's circle reported that it was a brain aneurysm. The former journalist does not believe the cause of death. So Liz didn't believe the cause of death. She still does not. Her Twitter is very actively saying this. Is quoted saying, I find it.
So did Liz just find across the carry, and just choose this story as I'm going to hold on to this? Or she probably believes wholeheartedly something happened to this young lady. This young lady told me in confidence that she was going to speak. I was going to get this this big interview, break this story on Jay-Z's head, right? And then old girl gone, right? She lose her story. Is this a revenge plot from her? I'm gonna get my story one way or the other then. Or does she truly believe that Jay did that to this young lady? And I want to know where Jaguar Wright puts together that Beyonce doesn't know how to control her temper. That I need to know.
Highly suspicious that seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman would drop dead from an aneurysm. I mean, she was a fitness enthusiast, a beautiful woman. Y'all can see her in this picture. She's a beautiful woman. Liz posted on her Twitter, it's only a matter of time before Spirit cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said, Jay's got murderers. I know. He's evil to the core.
Unalivers.
There will be justice for Kathy White one day.
Can't say those words on YouTube. You're going to get me shut down, all right? Because there is no freedom of speech on YouTube.
Hey, the false idols will continue to fall. Mark my words. Woo-wee. And then directing it absolutely to Jay-Z. Look, now I know people are corrupt in the system and children fall victim. We know this. We've talked a little bit about the corruption and the Hollywoods and the elites and everything. But of course, I am not accusing Jay-Z or the Carters, Beyonce, or anybody in that crew of a crime. I am kind of wondering why we haven't seen publicly a police report or an autopsy, or anybody doing a deep dive on that. Kathy White being a publicist, you guys, it's so hard to find.
Listen, you saying this, but she got a journalist that is the catalyst for this rumor or allegation to continue to grow. So what hasn't Liz uncovered? I want to hear what Liz hasn't uncovered. It ain't like we have to find a journalist to care about this case. A journalist is this case, right? So give me information, Liz Crokin, on why you can't find a police report, an incident report about ambulances having to pick her up or this, that, or the other. Where's that stuff at? Because Shorty right here is talking about it like it don't exist.
Information about her. Honestly, I'm going through it and I'm like, well, PR publicist, 2011, the internet was not ancient around that time. I was able to find her online obituary that basically said Kathy Michelle White, little Kathy, had passed away Thursday the 1st of 2011 in Harlem, New York. Kathy, known by her friends as Coriana Han or Corey, was born in Louisiana on July 3rd of 1982. Very young girl when she died, you guys. Very young girl. In 2004, graduated from Howard University in Washington, D.C. She had worked as an industry publicist and a health and fitness expert. And there are people who have been touched by the story, apparently. There have been people that have been visiting her obituary, her legacy obituary family, and may she rest in peace and light. People that actually knew her said she was a beautiful person inside and out. She stayed connected with...
No, I believe it. Let me see if I can find anything on Liz herself. Real quick, but this is the initial opening of the this rabbit hole. This Jay-Z, Kathy White, Beyonce rabbit hole.
ABC News has
gotta relax. Liz Crokin shocked. Claudia denies knowing Kathy. How could she? She's in pictures with her. me see if this is the video.
But it's just something about the fact that Claudia came out just really deep out to what's going to go. When she did a live on her app and she released a clip of it on her.
All right, I need to find that live. So yeah, I'll look for that for another time. I want to hear what Liz Crokin got to say. But that's it. That's our initial introduction into this whole Jay-Z Beyonce thing. It seems pretty cut and dry. Again, I don't know where the connection is that Jaguar makes between Beyonce's temper and that happening. All right, I haven't heard Liz say that. I haven't heard anybody say that, so I'd like to hear that. This chair's all squeaky. But
what was up with?
Let's see. That seems to be it. I'm gonna have to do some digging for some Liz. What's her name? Crokin. Liz Crokin. Let's see. Kathy White. Maybe I'll find the podcast. Brendan Hines said I fell asleep with my headphones on. It happens, bruh. Kathy White. Let's see.
Oh my God.
We saw that. Yeah, I don't see nothing else really. I'll look into it though. We'll get something. We'll bring something for the next live. Yeah. Let's see what this poll is talking about. The poll says, I'm going to end this poll right now, so get your votes in while I read these next chats. Eddie Jimenez said, reminder, hitting the like is free and only takes half a second. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. Let me pin this to the top. Appreciate y'all for being here. We hanging out. Boom. Get your votes in. Here we go. I'm shutting down the poll. With 62% of the vote, both Jay and Beyonce did away with Kathy White. All right, that's where we're at right now. We'll continue to see if we find anything new on this story, especially the connections that Jaguar Wright made, and then we'll go from there. All right, boom, salutes. All right, let's see what else I have here. All right, before we get out of here, I want to read this. This is an article updated in 2019. Here we go. No Stream Deck. Working without a Stream Deck today. Mexican rug lord El Chapito, described by witnesses as a PDF file. Court papers. All right. This February 2014 file photo shows Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the head of Mexico's Sinaloa Cartel, being escorted to a helicopter in Mexico City following his capture in the beach resort town of Mazatlan. Guzman oversaw smuggling in an empire that flooded the U.S. market with cocaine and made $14 billion off of it. Witness was quoted as saying Guzman had him rug girls as young as 13 before Guzman assaulted them. Okay? New York. Newly unsealed documents about notorious Mexican rug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman contains claims by witnesses that he had sex with minors he called vitamins. A disturbing allegation coming just as jury is about to start deliberating in his U.S. rug trafficking case. According to papers made public late Friday, a key government cooperator told authorities Guzman had him rug girls as young as 13 before. Before Guzman had sex with them at one of his Mexican hideouts in the late 2000s. On Saturday, one of Guzman's lawyers called the accusations extremely salacious and questioned the timing of the government's filing. Guzman denies the allegations, which lack any corroboration and were deemed too prejudicial and unreliable to be admitted at trial. Attorney Edward Balareso said in a statement, "It is unfortunate that the material was publicly released just prior to the jury beginning deliberations." Right? The jury is set to begin deliberations Monday after a nearly 3-month trial on charges that, as the head of the Sinaloa cartel, Guzman oversaw a rug smuggling empire that flooded the U.S. market with at least 200 tons, 181 metric tons of brocane and made $14 billion off of it. $14 billion off of it. The defense says cooperating witnesses have made Guzman a scapegoat for their own crimes. The unsealing of the documents came at the request of the New York Times and Vice News. U.S. District Judge Brian Cogan had ordered prosecutors to review the material originally sealed because it was deemed unrelated to the rug charges, which I don't get, and make portions of it public within 4 days after the government rested its case against Guzman. All right? So, the courts deemed that if he did rug 13-year-olds, it had nothing to do with his rug case, which I don't understand. If this was a kingpin case, you know, if that's what these fools want to do with their power, then what are you talking about? One document says Colombian rug trafficker Alex Cifuentes, while living with Guzman around 2007, told investigators someone known as Comadre Maria would offer photos of young girls to Guzman. For $5,000, the one of Guzman's choice would be sent to a secluded Sinaloa ranch, Cifuentes said, according to the papers. Right? They didn't say women. They said photos of young girls. Comadre Maria, may her soul rot, would offer photos of young girls to Guzman. For $5,000, the one of Guzman's choice would be sent to a secluded Sinaloa ranch, Cifuentes said, according to the papers. She's showing pictures like it's a catalog. She got a catalog of young girls to send up the mountain for the monster, to feed the Kraken, to feed the, Guzman directed Cifuentes to put a powdery substance into the girls' drinks before X, says Cifuentes. Guzman called the youngest of the girls his vitamins because he believed that sexual activity with young girls gave him life, he added. Cifuentes also admitted having sex with minors but without rugging them. Well, you could be set on fire too, Cifuentes. The document says other cooperating witnesses have backed up the claims about Guzman's interactions with underage girls. Document says other cooperating witnesses have backed up the claims about Guzman's interaction with underage girls. And I'm going to look for more. I need more than just this guy saying it. For the people that hold this man up as some fucking hero. You know? And not just him. Anybody with anything. Like there's a line. You cross that line, it is whatever. Some would say the line is unaliving. Right? But I'm of the belief that if you in the game, then it's part of the game, then it's part of the game, right? This ain't part of no fucking game, man. This ain't part of no fucking game. The cooperator told the government that he saw Guzman consulting with a witch doctor from who he obtained, it says sake, but I say snake oils, the paper said. The documents also describe an interview with Guzman conducted by a Drug Enforcement Administration agent in 1998 at a Mexican prison where Guzman escaped 2 years later. They say he allegedly asked if he could avoid extradition to the United States if he provided information to the DEA about the rug running operation of rival cartels. They say he allegedly asked if he could avoid extradition by giving up, he was what? What did y'all call that? Ratting? Snitching? Huh? He was doing all of that shit that y'all condemn, but they're all doing it. I don't get it. But this is the conversation I want to have with the twins. I want to see what they know about what's happening out there, the culture of this shit, right? Because this goes along with with all of them. This is the whatever's happening with Diddy, whatever. This is not this is a power thing. This is a money thing. This is a vice and emptiness and evil and But why are we wearing shirts with these PDF files on them? His vitamins. You think I'm making jokes when I say they wake up and eat a fresh baby? Like monsters. You know what I'm saying? Like nature, right? But nah, that ain't it. A lady came and brought him pictures, a little catalog, for him to pick and choose what comes up to the mountain for him. Right? And he ain't the only one. There's plenty. There's plenty that think that's their vitamin. I wish they'd all just fucking shrivel up and die. Alright? So I just wanted to read that little article. I'll look for more and we'll get more into it later. Felix Reyes said that's some vampire shit. Absolutely. Absolutely some vampire shit. And you would think that shit is off the table, right? You would think that we don't got to worry about that as human beings. Come to find out, you hear the craziest stories every day. You hear the craziest stories every day coming from a million different places on the planet. Just show you the depths that humanity can go. To the inhumane, the profane, into the dark. And you think, how many people, the majority of the world is walking around, they don't want to know this information. They don't want to watch a lion eat a gazelle. They don't want to see these things. They want to put those blinders on and walk through the world not knowing that what they're seeing in this crazy horror film that they're watching, that's fiction, right? It's really happening out here. That there's stories out here of people that are going through their lives fighting real monsters that exist. Who remembers the old man, I don't know if it was in Germany or where it was, that he had a daughter or two living in an underground bunker, just making babies with them and just leaving them stuck down there. Like, these things are real, bro. These things are real. And everybody walking around with their blinders on. But who needs a shirt with this dude on it when he's rugging 13-year-old children? Rado Shashai, when you say that they eat babies, do you mean literally or like they're eating babies, or is it stem cells? To me, it's a metaphor and it's a reality all at once. For all we know, you know what I'm saying? They pick up a bouncing baby boy, take him out back. Who knows? That's how far this shit goes, right? Who knows? If you let Ryan Garcia tell it, they got babies on a spit out there over an open fire, right? And everybody, oh, he fooled us. No, if you see the guy, he's not a hard guy to figure out. He can't fool nobody. Just look at him. Did he make it to the fight? Did he win? Yes. What the fuck does that have to do with who he is in here? In here, his character, how he feels about himself, who he thinks he is. Some guys are like that, could fight. Some guys like John Jones, they could go on a bender and be there the next day, right? But I tell you what they do. They cut corners and they come in and they breach contracts and they come in off weight and they don't have to diminish themselves. They're willing to do that. They can do that. Some of them have the genetics to do that shit. It is what it is. But as I'm asking, but as you're saying, yeah. So they could be eating stem cell, whatever people believe. There's all kind of different shit they believe. Who knows what's happening behind these closed doors? I don't know. But I mean it figuratively, literally, all in every sense. In every sense that it can be meant, I mean it. They eat a fresh baby. They destroy a town. A judge wakes up in the morning and sends 100 dudes to prison that probably didn't have to go there. You know? That probably would have benefited from the break. When there's others that should be in there and they're outside. Right? And what happens? If they're outside, they do something crazy and I smoke one of them, I go to prison. It's all fucked up. It's all a farce. Imagine the shit they do we don't know about. Facts. Simone, salutes. But I just wanted to read this article because I'm going to be getting more into this and looking for more, you know. I don't know the extent of the Kevin Spacey story. It's another one, though. Love your acting. Love your films. What the fuck? You know? You can't be on nobody's shirt. Not even a recipe shirt, you know? So, it is what it is. Hundreds up in the chat for y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let me take a look and see if there's anything else that I can cover here before we get out of Dodge. Let's see. Give this a refresh. And we coming at Pablo Escobar too. We're gonna, you know, there's stories on him with his vitamins. What's this vitamin shit, man? What are we talking about here? What part of the game is that? You know, they don't tell you that part when they make the movie. When they make the movie of their life and shit like that, they don't tell you the filthy part. They make a puff piece about the shit, you know? It's crazy. It didn't, and it don't dawn on the average person that their favorite outlaw is hurting children. The most defenseless, you know, of them all. Like, what? And we're okay with that as humans? It just shows you the darkness that our humanity is willing to go to. Not only to be able to do these horrible things, but to also pretend that these horrible things do not exist. You know? So, stop being scared of what the fuck is out there and go watch a lion rip a gazelle to pieces. All right? So that the next time you see a lion rip a gazelle to pieces, you don't panic. You don't freak out. All right? This is figurative. This is metaphorical. But that's what I'm talking about. You know? Stop censoring yourself from what's real out there and understand that it's there. It's the only way you can protect yourself from it. All right? I said what I said. It is what it is. All right? Salutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Oh, again, the May 4th, the Flores Twins will be here live. We'll be talking about such things. I want to talk to them about these old men and you know what they know about these old men and how they feel about these other things. I want to look into this Ashton Kutcher situation because Ashton Kutcher was, to me, as far as I was concerned, was supposedly the guy that had this big, you know, he was heading up this task force against rug trafficking or he was campaigning against rug trafficking and all this, that, the other. Then when his boy gets popped off for doing a whole bunch of filthy, nasty shit, they go and they write letters to the judge trying to get him leniency. You got to draw a line, friend or not. People say, oh, but that's loyalty. I can't be loyal to you after that. That's not loyalty. I wouldn't put you in that fucking position where you had to be loyal to me and defend me for some filthy ass shit that I did. You know? So they went and they wrote to the judge and shit like that. And shout out JD DeLay. He stay on it. He stay on top of these PDF files heads on his YouTube channel. But yeah, so we'll be here with the Flores Twins on May 4th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Shy Ill Reacts. The chat will be in subscriber mode, right? And your best way to get through and really get your thought heard will be through the donations that day. All right? Expect it to be a packed house, and I expect this to be trying to move on. There will be a beginning and an ending time, because directly after that, we will be moving over to the new channel, which is at Head Kicks, which I should save here, and I keep forgetting to do so. And we'll be over there covering the Canelo Munguia fight. Right? I'm hoping this works out. I would like that channel to grow on just live streams, and we'll go from there and see what that does. But let me get y'all the link for this channel. Copy. I'd appreciate it if y'all gave me a sub over there. Right? Boom. There's the link for the Head Kick Shy channel. That'll be my combat sports channel. I'll be doing reactions to live sports and events and shit like that happens. The name of the other channel is Head Kicks Shy. All one word. HEADKICKSCHI. Head Kicks Shy. Shout out Eddie Jimenez. He said, hit the like on your way out. Please do, y'all. Hit the like on your way out. I appreciate you guys. It was a good time. All right? I'd stay longer, but there's mad editing to do. But if I could do a little live like this every day, then, that's dope. We got our update on the Aguasvivas case. We got into the Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kathy White stuff. And we got a little bit of the Cartel Sucieria going off over here, all right? I'd appreciate it if you guys check out those other playlists. If you see a story or a video that you think is dope, please share it with a friend. We're trying to grow on this channel. We're trying to keep things exponential, and I'd appreciate y'all help, If there's times where I'm not live and y'all are like, yo, Shy, when you gonna go live? You know what I'm saying? Man, go catch a playlist on my channel that you haven't seen yet. Go catch a video on my channel that you haven't seen yet. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? If you think it's dope, send it to your homeboy that you think would like that shit too. You know what I mean? I'd appreciate if y'all did that. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate, hanging out with y'all. It's been great. So May 4th, Flores Twins will be here live, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And immediately following that, we will be on the Head Kicks channel covering the Canelo versus Munguia fight. All right? Y'all have a great day. And I will see y'all mañana. We're going to drop a couple more videos for the rest of the day. So again, go check out some playlists. We're going to be dropping some videos today. I think we're going to do part 1 when we were covering the Cartel encounters. We're going to drop that. And we got the edited versions of the Aguasvivas story so that you can keep that in a chronological order. All right? Let me go through the chat real quick. Shout out Eddie Jimenez. Thanks for the live, bro. Appreciate you. Young Jizzle said, every day sounds good. Shy salutes. I try every day, man. I try every day. Some days I miss. There's other things that got to be done. But just believe, every time I can go live, I am going live. All right. Shout out Vernon. Usual suspects in the building. Shout out Old Soul, Rilo, Zoraida. I appreciate you. SoCal on the check-in. Crash Out. Velez. I appreciate you. Big June, saludos to you, sir. Mike Jones, I appreciate you. Chucky Chingong, per usual. Eduardo Jimenez, thank you, sir. IB, thank you, sir. All right, Crash Out, Big June. Let's see who else we got here. Young Jizzle, appreciate you. 298 Sosa, thank you. Ivan Livas, I appreciate you coming through. What else we got? Felix Reyes, appreciate you. 298 Sosa. All right, everybody showed out today, man. We hung out. We had some laughs in the chat. We got our poll across. Mr. Eddie Jimenez, thank you, sir. We did good. Got a couple of clips to chop up and put out, so we gravy. Just making sure I didn't miss nobody. Tomorrow it is. Stay sage and healthy. Likewise. All right, peace out, Rilo. Also, Ivan, I appreciate you all. Vernon, you couldn't find what? Head Kick Shy? Hold on, but when I can you click the link when I put the link up? You know why? It's because there's no videos on it. I'm gonna have to maybe I move my yeah. It probably doesn't come up because there's no videos on it yet. If you can hit this link, do that. I'm gonna put the link right here. Boom, there's the link for it. If you could click on that, Vernon, it should take you right there. All right, and if not, don't worry about it. When I'm gonna put you check on it later. I'm gonna put a video. I'm gonna probably take my combat sports videos off this channel, which will probably knock me down in views a little bit, and move them over there. We'll see what happens, or maybe I'll do a new video over there. Something, I'll figure it out. But if you could click that link and go there, then salute to you. Get her done. All right, let me see what we got here. Bow. All right, boom. You guys hit the link. All right, perfect. Love it. Zorada, salute to you. Catch you next time. Have a good night, good evening. Eddie said that the link works. Boom. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna go out of here with Let me see. What's this? We'll do the end of the day, man. It's the end of the day. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. I'll be dropping these edited versions. Make sure you check those out. Peace out to y'all. Have a great one.
Is that you won. You push yourself to your purpose. You persevere through the slums. Maneuver smooth through the hustle. You careful making your runs. Everyone packing pistols. Stay safely behind your gun. Make sure you got your own back. Them busters run. Don't end up doing long time. Cause busters some. Looks like loyalty's a thing of the past. And these gangster flicks and rap vids got y'all gas. So when the lead start flying, my guess is that's your ass. Death will let no man pass. My circle is small and for the living. The strong and unforgiving. No nonsense. The driven. Each one obsessed with winning. Settle for less is bullshit. I want it all. Take yours, cut it all up and give to the poor. Sit back, watch the fireworks and witness the war. At the day's end, I want more. At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. For the drama, you ain't got no beef, and I ain't got no time, cause I don't get no sleep, and I don't need help, only I can do me, and I'ma be fine, cause I wasn't born weak, see the world ain't mine, cause I wasn't born meek, but I walk this planet for the things that I seek, I suffer in the gutter, push my being to the brink, create what wasn't there, bring life to what I think, blow my cloud in the air, keep my consciousness in sync, my instincts well aware, prepared to throw the kitchen sink, keep fighting till it's finished, till the whole shit sink, till I hit rock bottom, bounce back and reach peak. Back in my proper placement, ready for shit I'm facing. Still feeling alive, cause my heart's still racing. My mind's still moving towards the peace I'm chasing. Tomorrow's not promised, so motherfuck patience. At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. Till the clouds show up, when the cloud come down, put it right back up and fly. Put the cloud back up and fly. Put it right back up and fly. The blunts I roll lift the cloud off my my soul and help me understand exactly where I'm supposed to go. Help me make a stand, know what I'm supposed to know. See through the facade, try to let my anger go. Life goes on, another show, another town, some of the clowns, some of the hoes. But the only thing that matters waiting on me back at home. Legacy building in the midst of menacing villains, murdering children like the killings becoming thrilling. The rush of bloodlust, women, baby, civilians. Land gon' become sand from all the graves that they filling. Bodies in the lake, others shake on the sidewalk. Yellow crime tape, nothing fake, no outline chalk. Just a kid meeting his fate, knowing his time gone. Bleeding out, hearing the screams of his crying grandma. Dying inside, cause she know that a grandchild gone. So there's nothing left to say. At the end of the day, when it all goes away, nothing left to see here, nothing else to say. When the cloud goes up, put the playlist on, let the sound go up. Hanging from a thread till you dead, cause your partner put a price on your head. Cause your chick was laying up in his bed, she getting details, spilling every word that you said. She working retail, thirsty bitch just trying to get ahead. If history tell us anything, y'all both end up dead. It's just a street tale of fable, some shit someone said. Sit at the table and hope there's more to offer than bread. Pulled out the cradle, first steps you getting chased by a fed. No head starts, just body parts and lead sparks. Old religion, brand new hate and weak hearts. Oligarchs, krakens, dragons, you see sharks. Imagine you could manage to maneuver the deep part. You a savage, you can have it, just show all your teeth sharp. If you could grab it, you could stab it, just aim for the bleeding heart. The ones that show compassion, a soldier that seeks art. Does the artist that wage war take over or take part? Taking a knee, thinking no one faithful is me. I'm good people in bad lands, no evil live within me. I mind mine, I'll survive, find this land's for the free. If I'm mistaken, I'm forsaken, no one rescuing me. Residual effects, stray bullets through familiar necks. For any number of infractions that I deem disrespect. Your beliefs, you deserve better, but we both in the shit. You just haven't come to grips with it yet. Fight or flight, and they ain't really nowhere to go. If your back is against the wall and you ain't throwing no blows, you gon' crumble in the rubble, become blood in the snow. If you a victim, they collect them, grab the body and go. Dig them and ditch them, total disregard for the soul. Gas them and lit them, watch the flesh burn in the glow. Where we live and catch a shivering, it's a hell you don't know. Your best hope is that your dying ain't slow, or your dying's a show. Where we at, it's every man for his own. A bloody backdrop, where killers just zone and slice flesh to the bone. Masked and gloved up front of your home. A flash of gun, but the side of your dome. Fresh blood from a stone, dents in your sense. Kick your fucking ball through the fence. Dare you to say something. No sense in sitting around in suspense. Find out what's next. Open your fucking mouth, disrespect. See the extent of how my life is intense. She beautiful and oppressed in a permanent summer dress. She a servant and still she blessed. Children cradled against her breast, whispering prayers, wishing their souls the best, knowing that they forgotten, not forgetting they're blessed. The bloodiest red lights, just piles of dead life. Something must be broken, the glyphs wasn't read right. You think them Bible papers will shed light? Yeah, right. Burn after reading, tell the preacher I'm leaving.